Hello everyone. Today I'd like to talk about my long-term target for silver. First of all, I'm very bullish on silver because of this bullish bat. This is a 12-year long bullish bat. X point is October 2008 and D point is March 2020. Right? So we have this huge bullish bat pattern. That is why I'm bullish on silver. There are two reasons I determine my long-term target. First one is historical reason, right? So if we look at the big picture, silver the price was fixed at 130 until May 1967. And then we had a 13-year bull market up about 35 times. It peaked in January 1980, right? It topped at $48. Interesting thing is, okay, let me get back to here later. Okay, let's move on. The next bull market, it was bottomed at 346 in February 1991, and then topped in April 2011, 49 at 49.83, right? So it's a 20-year bull market, up about 15 times, a little bit shy of 15 times. Okay, and then now we have the current bull market, which bottomed in March 2020 at 1163, right? So if we look at the past bull market, the first silver bull market, it was up about 35 times. Second one, about 15 times, right? And it lasted 13 years and 20 years. So I think it's reasonable to expect about at least 10-year bull market and up at least 10 times, right? From the bottom. So that's why my minimum target is basically simply this times 10, so roughly 120, right? So that's my first reason. And before move on, if we look closely at each bull market, right? So silver was 130, but it moved to a 597 until 1978, right? And the last 13 months, it was up 8 times. Okay, so remember it was 35 times up. So majority of move came very last of the bull market, right? Similarly, the previous bull market from current, it was also like up from 346 to 845. First, how many years, right? But the last 30 months, right? It went up 6 times, right? Roughly, right? So from 845 to 49.83. So again, majority of move comes at the end of the bull market, right? So that's why I am planning to hold this my position almost to the end of the bull market. Maybe this time similarly, the majority of move could come at the end of the bull market. Okay, so that was my historical reason why I expect the minimum price of 120, right? So now look at technical reasons, right? So here, so this one, we start from here. So remember this one was the bottom in February 1991. So the one before the previous bottom, this point, and I connect this, the first pullback, right? And I extend this line. So we get uh, the breakout line. Okay, sorry. So this is our baseline. Okay, and then this one is just channel, right? Just parallel to this one, and this one is also channel parallel to this one. Okay, and then that's not the only breakout line. So if we look at this bottom, the previous one is this one, the second lowest one, and then connect the first pullback. We extend it. We get this breakout line, and then I draw this line parallel to this one. So we got the channel, right? So I use this breakout channel to determine my long-term target. So here, so this one is the first resistance. We just broke out, right, above it. And then next resistance, although we have a smaller resistance at around 50 all-time high, but the main one is here, right? 75, around 8-ish, right? So that's the first target. And then second target, it depends on how quickly we get there, right? But in theory, if we go there today, I mean here, this month, this is our quarterly. Okay, so this quarter, so it'll be like 130, right? So of course, if we get there like later, it increases, right? So that's around 130, right? So remember the 120 target. I think it's reasonable because once we get there, we may consolidate, and then I believe it's gonna break this resistance eventually and get to this channel resistance, right? And then if silver continue to go up, and we can use this one as a target, right? So we could go like 200. Right? So yeah, again, it depends on how quickly we get there. So yeah, based on these two reasons, I think silver 120 is quite reasonable minimum target. Okay, so that's my thought. All right, okay, that's about it for today. Okay. Again, be careful out there. Cheers.